Folks are always talking to me about traffic, where to get it, how to get it, how to get more of it. I don't want to blog. I don't want to have a YouTube channel. Check it out. YouTube is a traffic source, but there are alternatives to YouTube. But before you start looking for alternatives to a traffic source, you need to understand and have a strategy. That falls to what I call my top strategy, and that starts with traffic. When you use that traffic source to get people over to your offer or to get more clicks to your offer. And then when people see that offer, you take those people and you add them to a list, an email list. Ultimately, that's the goal, is to move those group of people over to an email list so you can communicate with them to effectively get more clicks on your affiliate links. So check this out. This is SimilarWeb. What this does is it tells you about traffic and the types of traffic that comes to websites. This is a website. It's called Gab.com. It's a social network that champions free speech, individual liberty, and the free flow of information online. But it says all people are welcome. Now, over at Gab.com, this is a social media site. It is not unlike Facebook, but they position themselves to be the home of free speech and the parallel economy. And that brings us to the root of what alternative really means. In the case of this, it's alternative social media. There is an article over at Design Rush where they spotlight the question, what is alternative social media? Alternative social websites or social media websites are, as the name implies, alternatives to mainstream platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. That's really what we're talking about here. At the end of the day, we're talking about looking for alternative traffic sources. So, for example, alternatives to YouTube. In the essence of the word alternative, that would mean starting a blog. That would mean starting a Facebook group. That would mean adding Pinterest to your traffic source, or adding the fact that you need to create content specifically for something like Pinterest to create an additional traffic source to get more clicks on your links. But the term alternative can have different connotations here. Alternative meaning, yes, YouTube is my primary traffic source, but for me, an alternative traffic source is Facebook. But it could just as easily mean that, yes, YouTube is my primary traffic source, but alternatively, I use a paid traffic source as well. For example, I run Google ads or Bing ads. It really all depends on your offer, which at that point, again, takes me back to having a strategy and understanding what the goal is, and understanding that if you want to get more links to your offer or more clicks on your links over to your offer, it all starts with picking a traffic source. And a traffic source is ultimately picking a topic and staying on topic and talking about that topic in a manner that picks a problem and then provides the solution to that problem. And then you as an affiliate take the opportunity there to get people to take a look at your offer, which is the ultimate solution to the problem. And it also is the way that when people see your offer, you then take those people and you add them to a list to, again, follow up with them again. Overall, the strategy here is you need to understand that these three phases work together. They all build on the idea of traffic and traffic sources, whether it be a alternative traffic source or your primary traffic source or an alternative social media network, which is at the end of the day free traffic for us as affiliate marketers. Just like over at that article, again, it tells you discover a whole new world of social media. Whatever social network you go for, you should always consider its features, accessibility, and security. Don't get too caught up in just being trendy with the social media giants, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It's okay to go for the lesser known platforms sometimes, especially if these websites let you cut down the noise and focus on your interest without paying a hefty price. Your interest lets you focus on the interest of the people that you're trying to get over to your offers, because it is simple for you to focus in on a topic that is okay on those alternative sources. For example, BitChute. Take a look at this video here. It doesn't matter what the video is about, but the concept here is the same. You're focused in on your topic, you create a video, and then in the description, you do what they're doing here. You're doing exactly what I do here on YouTube. Links in the description and the pinned first comment. come back to this video, you can see in the description, they are linking out to their offers, linking out to additional places where you can get access to their content. That is BitChute. That is an alternative to YouTube. MeWe, this is an alternative like Gab.com. It's an alternative to Facebook. Again, there is a very specific audience on here, a certain demographic, a specific psychographic, which simply means the way that people think and the things that they want to read about and the things that are allowed on this platform versus what might not be allowed on Facebook. Here's one for you. It's called Minds.com. Elevate the global conversation. Minds is an open source social network dedicated to internet freedom. Speak freely, protect your privacy, earn crypto rewards, and take back control of your social media. So this is a social media site, an alternative site that is focused on free speech as well as crypto. Nextdoor is where you can connect the neighbors that matter to you so you can belong. Bringing neighbors and organizations together, we cultivate a kinder world where everyone has a neighborhood they can rely on. This is about local networking, but really at the end of the day is about businesses connecting with people. That is what you're doing as an affiliate marketer. You are trying to connect with people to let people know about your product and or your service. Here's one called Elio, if I pronounced that correctly. You can see here on this profile, 3.29 million views. So again, it's about having an alternative, but it's also about the idea that this person has a profile on this website. They're posting content. The content gets views. The content gets comments. The comments gets likes, hearts, shares. And that's all you're doing. Just like this one, I have a snapshot or some screenshots here from one called Be Real. This is where you can be real. A competitor here would be something like an Instagram, and you can see that here. And again, you're focused in on what this is all about. It's about 4 million visits a month. And the idea here is every day at a different time, everyone is notified simultaneously to capture and share a photo in 2 minutes. But if you go back and you look at this, you still have a profile. You still have on this mobile app, you still have the ability to create content in the form of pictures. You're going to have a profile. You're going to be able to link out to the content that you want people to see. Again, this is all about understanding your audience, the demographics, the psychographics, the topic that you're talking about, the things that you want, the things that you need to get from the traffic source, be it alternative or just a secondary traffic source. When you're looking at the top strategy, understanding that it all starts with traffic. Traffic leads to clicks over to your offer. And then when people see your offer, you take those people, you add those people to an email list, because ultimately, no matter what alternative traffic source you use, if it's somebody else's platform, which all these social media platforms are, I just showed you, you want to take them over to something that you own and that you can control. And that ultimately is an email list. And that is the power of understanding and having a strategy such as the top strategy, and understanding that as an affiliate marketer, picking a primary source of traffic is the key, but also remembering and looking and thinking there are all these alternative sources of traffic out there for me to get more clicks ultimately over to my offer, and to ultimately let people see that offer and how that offer helps them solve a problem that they have, and then take those people, add them to an email list. And that is something that I own and that I can use no matter what alternate form of social media or alternate form of traffic that I'm using. I have access to those people. As I add them onto my list, I'm going to get more clicks onto my offers, and I'm going to make more money as an affiliate marketer. If you're interested in seeing more about this top strategy, link in the description in the pinned first comment. I'll show you exactly how to do that here on YouTube. Link in the description. If this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you later.